from over for the 4th of July weekend as we put our focus on the 14U National Championship live here from LakePoint Sports Baseball Village. I'm Cory McCartney. We're going to be bringing you a great matchup today between the Memphis Tigers and Top Gun Black. We are eyeing a 10:05 first pitch in this one. I will be joined along the way by Prep Baseball Georgia's Avery Hunt and our own Grayson Rosen. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Windscreen Factory starting lineups for this one. For Memphis Tigers, they'll be led off by center fielder Miller Willis. Then it's the pitcher Hunter Cowell, Zachary Bird, the first baseman, Liam Ballasty, the catcher, Duncan Hughes, the second baseman, Caden Krabs, the shortstop, Gabriel Mendita, the third baseman, Zachary Adkins, the right fielder, and Jack Brannigan, the left fielder. Top Gun Black will be led off by Sawyer Coggins, and its pitcher Easton Strickland, third baseman Kingston Eagle, then extra hitter Colt Prime, first baseman Tristan Scott, second baseman Sam Young, left fielder Mallory Yeck, Carson Thrasher, the extra hitter, Grayson Burdett, the catcher, and Asher Turner, the center fielder. We just wrapped up our coverage of the 16U National Championship, which was won in dramatic fashion by 6-4-3 Tigers, a team that went from the 23rd seed all the way to champions in that one. Just an epic run for them. Along the way, we had some fantastic players here on campus, including Cole Cinnamond, one of the top pitchers in the nation, coming to us from Virginia. He caught up with Jack McCartney for this edition of Dugout Chatter.
I'm here with Cole Cinnamon, the 7th-ranked left-handed pitcher in the nation and the 1st-ranked player in Virginia for the class of 2027. Coleman, thanks for the time.
Thank you.
So you'll be back at the end of the year for future games. How excited for you for that, and what are you hoping to get out of that kind of experience?
Man, I'm super excited for the opportunity, excited to get out there, compete with my boys, like get to know more guys from Virginia, get to know guys from the other areas. Hoping to get some exposure out there, just get out there, do my thing, show what I can do, two-way stand. I mean, just doing my thing.
Two-way stand, you do first base and you pitch.
Yes, sir.
How do you deal with the training between being a fielder and a hitter and then also trying to get pitching?
I mean, it's just like with high school ball, I throw my bullpen. First thing I get to practice, I'll throw my bullpen, get that out of the way. Then we go our fielding practice, and I got to get my rounds in a little bit later. Sometimes I have to stay later for practices and all that. So, I mean, just getting it balanced. It's a hard balance, but it's easy. Like, you just got to get used to it.
With training, you throw 93 miles per hour, which is any pitcher would love to throw that much. How do you deal with the training of, and like, what did you do to get that kind of velocity on the mound?
My biggest thing was long tossing. Ever since I was like 8 years old, I've been long tossing a lot. Jamie Anderson, my pitching coach, told me that. So ever since then, I've really long tossed every day, like pretty much every day. So it's been that's big help. So that's the biggest thing for people to do, long toss.
All right, that was great, man. Thanks for the time.
Thank you.
Great stuff there from Jack McCartney and Cole Cinnamon. We are bringing you coverage of the 14U National Championship. Today we will have Memphis Tigers against Top Gun Black. In total, 108 teams here on campus for this one. We also have the 13U National Championship pool play in action as well. Another 50 teams on the LakePoint Sports campus for that one. Another busy weekend here across the entirety of campus. We also have the Rise Hoops Battle for Georgia going on, which is always an absolute treat, and we enjoy all the work the Rise Hoops does to bring you their grassroots basketball efforts there from the Champion Center. So if you have opportunity across this holiday weekend, we have plenty going on for you to come by and catch some fantastic youth sports going on. Again, we have coverage of Memphis Tigers against Top Gun Black, and while we do effort to provide the best on-field experience, we also look to provide the best in-class experience overall for all the families that come here to LakePoint Sports, and that includes access to testing and player performance data that is redefining evaluation and recruiting. Located here on campus, the Curve Test Center gives athletes an unprecedented look at how they measure up through its ball, body, and brain approach to testing. Let's go inside the Curve Test Center. Test your athletic, cognitive, and baseball skills with TrackMan, Proteus, and more. Visit the Bubble here on the LakePoint Sports Campus or sign up now at curvetestcenter.com. Don't miss this chance to level up your game. Again, we are eyeing a 10:05 first pitch in this matchup between Memphis Tigers and Top Gun Black from pool play of the 14U National Championship. We're going to go ahead and take you back to our Windscreen Factory starting lineups and leave you there until we have first pitch coming from the Baseball Village. From the HBCU Classic to All-Star Saturday, the Gatorade All-Star Workout Day, T-Mobile Home Run Derby, and All-Star Village, you do not want to miss MLB All-Star Week. Go to MLB.com/all-star/tickets for more information on how you can be a part of the MLB All-Star festivities in and around Truist Park. I'm joined by Avery Hunt here in studio as we get ready for this first pitch between Top Gun Black and Memphis Tigers. How'd you spend your 4th of July, Avery?
Started it at the ballpark.
Okay.
And then obviously, as you know, just moved into a new house.
Yep.
So got out of here a little bit early, did some, unpacking, organizing, and then, cleaned up the yard a little bit and ended up with, a little grill out with some fireworks that we could see through the backyard. So the dogs were scared, but besides that, we were good.
So you didn't set off the fireworks, though?
No, I'm not a firework setter offer.
You're not a pyromaniac?
Yeah, it just doesn't do a whole lot for me. It's a lot of. I just don't want something to blow up. That's my thing. I've been a part of fireworks that fall over and shoot at people. Everybody was okay, but I just
let somebody else do it.
Yeah,
let somebody else take the
money.
risk. Let somebody else spend the money. Let somebody else be the one that has to light it and then run off. So
I'm a watch from afar kind of guy.
I like that.
Get involved with that.
Well, we're hoping for some fireworks in this one. Top Gun Black against Memphis Tigers 14U National Championship. We're getting a little bit closer to first pitch. Once again, bring you our Windscreen Factory starting lineups, and we'll leave you there until we have first pitch from the Baseball Village. Welcome in. Cory McCartney, Avery Hunt with you in our coverage of the 14U National Championship pool play action between Memphis Tigers and Top Gun Black. Miller Willis will lead things off for Memphis Tigers, facing off against Easton Strickland on the mound for Top Gun Black. First pitch goes foul. So we talked about how you spent the 4th of July. I think the biggest question mark, how many hot dogs did you eat, and how many hot dogs would you eat in competition?
So, funny enough, we did have hot dogs last night
Okay.
with we grilled some wings, had some hot dogs. I had one hot dog. My wife had one, and each of our dogs had one. You got it's 4th of July.
Sure.
Got to keep them in the loop too. In competition, what is it, 8 minutes? Is that how long it is? I was listening to Pardon My Take, and I think they said it's 8 minutes.
I thought it was 10, but let me see.
Yeah, that's right. It's 10.
Yeah. So Joey Chestnut ate 70 and a half hot dogs in 10 minutes.
I mean,
plus buns.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to be the guy that dunks my hot dog in a cup of water and forces it. Like, yeah, I'll go 20. Give me 2 a minute. I could probably make that work, but I'm not dunking the hot dog in the water. Like, I would eat one if I dunked it in the water, and then I would be out.
Got foul ball after foul ball here from Miller Willis against Easton Strickland. I saw the count of total nutrition that he consumed in that 70 and a half hot dogs. It was 30,000 calories. He had 50,000 milligrams of sodium, like 700 grams of protein.
I mean, the protein's great.
Sure. But I just wonder how you, number one, how your heart doesn't stop from everything that's coming into it. And then secondly, how you stretch your stomach enough to be able to consume that much food. Like, what's that process in itself has to be daunting.
Yeah, I just couldn't. Can't even imagine.
Willis flies that into left field. Shortstop camps underneath it for the first out after a long AB. He's out number 1, and now here comes Hunter Cowell, the opposing pitcher. Is there anything you feel like you could eat in competition?
Yes.
Because they always show you, like, this guy's the sushi eating champion. This guy's like the donut and donut hole eating champion.
Yeah.
What could you conceivably compete in?
If you give me soft, they have to be soft chocolate chip cookies, I think I could eat infinity. Like, that's my, vice. If you give me a soft, slightly warm chocolate chip cookie, I can eat.
There used to be this. Do you remember soft batch cookies?
Yeah.
They even still make those? I don't even know. They used to sell those at you could go to the gas station and get a little red pack of soft batch cookies. Would those suffice, or do they have to literally come out of the oven?
If they can make them at Subway and let them sit for an hour, I'm in.
0-2 to Hunter. Cowell gets the bunt down. Strickland has it, flips to first in time for the second out. I feel like I could do wings. But not boneless wings, because those are chicken nuggets. But I could do wings.
I could probably give a good run on wings. Would you go flat or drums, though? That's the question.
I think you'd have to mix it up, because I don't think you could. Because then it would conceivably there'd be some strategy to it, right? Because you eat a flat differently than you eat the drum.
Yeah. That would be my question. Obviously, you would if we go lemon, like a lemon pepper, we can't go spicy.
No. I would think in competition you would almost just want them plain.
Just plain.
Yeah. Because you wouldn't want a variety of flavors, because you wouldn't know what you were getting, and you're trying to
ingest them as
horse
fast
them
as
down. Yeah. But some of the stuff that they do is just like.
Joey Chestnut was talking about he had crab cakes in Delaware or something, and he was like, I haven't eaten a crab cake since.
Somebody had Twinkies. They ate 100 Twinkies in 10 minutes.
I mean, I feel like that's a good food to do it with, like a good size, but I think I would get there'd be a lot of sugar, and I think I might just die on the spot. But as I said, chocolate chip cookies, but that's different theoretically, not really. But
Producer Maddie, is there anything you feel like you could be a competitive eater in?
Honestly, I think I could really go down on some French fries.
Chick-fil-A French fries, McDonald's French fries.
Yeah, I think I could really, because they're so small and they taste really good. I think I could do a lot of those.
If we ever wonder, by the way, it goes down on strikes, why other countries have issues with the United States, they can just turn on the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest and probably have case in point. All right, Easton Strickland with an efficient and fast first half an inning. We'll be back with more. You're watching the 14U National Championship.
At IHG's Holiday Inn Express, you can take on Miami, Mexico City, or Minneapolis. Fuel up with free hot breakfast, all while earning points for free nights with IHG One Rewards. Guest how you guessed at IHG Hotels and Resorts.
Hot summer days call for cool adventures in Cartersville Museum City. Beat the heat indoors with jaw-dropping exhibits at Tellus Science Museum and the Savoy Automobile Museum. Hit the water at Terminus Wake Park, kayak the Etowah River, or head to Lake Allatoona for fishing, boating, and unbeatable lake days. When the sun sets, head downtown for live music, delicious eats, and local flavors. From family fun to date nights, summer memories start here. Plan your trip today at cartersvillemuseumcity.com.
With its unbeatable power and its versatility, the Eminence 605 grill from Atlanta-based Monument Grills lets you grill like a pro. Learn more about the Eminence 605 and their other grills at monumentgrills.com.
Welcome back. Cory McCartney, Avery Hunt with you. Our coverage of the 14U National Championship. Now we're going to get a look at Memphis Tigers defensively. Hunter Cowell will be on the mound for them to start the first off. Tipton Rosemark Academy 2029. I will say, I want to say hamstrung, but this event in particular, because prep baseball no longer had this group as 13-year-olds in the future games, we kind of have a different understanding of who the players are in the event than we did even a year ago.
Yeah, I definitely think, with last year being the first year we didn't have the 13U group, it kind of our local teams, we see them in the spring and in the fall a good bit, but some of these national teams from around the country, we don't really have as many names as we'd like it, comparative to years past, but that's what these events are for. So,
and it's nice too because we get to see some players for the first time that maybe we don't necessarily have reads on them that we do or did in the past when these guys had already come up and played in the 13U Junior Future Games events. But certainly provides us an opportunity here to get an up close look on these guys. Sawyer Coggins puts that in play. Long throw across the diamond from Medita. Gets him though for the first out. Nice throw. First baseman able to pull that down and get the out. No harder throw in baseball. I saw a diagram the other day and just showing just how impossible that throw from third to first can sometimes be. I mean, you're talking about the widest part of the diamond, and those guys taking rockets a lot of times down the left side to make that throw in time is always an impressive run.
Makes you think of, when you think of premier third base defense in the last 10 years or so, early in his career, Machado and
Nolan Arenado,
just the crazy plays.
How they are able to do those when they're falling out of off in foul territory and can make some of these wild plays. It's just what's funny though is guys will tell you at the major league level, you got to practice everything because you never know at what point you're going to do it. I remember watching Jose Iglesias when he was playing for the Reds down here against the Braves pregame, and he would try all these crazy acrobatic plays at short because you never knew when something might happen. So during batting practice, he's just getting all these hard choppers hit to him so he can just try all these acrobatic feats. And certainly Arenado and Machado trying the same thing at third to give you those ridiculous plays. Easton Strickland puts that in play. It's headed down the right side. Is that one going foul? It, in fact, is, and he's going to head back. Back in your catching days, do you remember that? What's the best defensive play you ever made in a game?
Ooh. I'll throw it back a little bit further in my playing career. I was playing some middle infield in a summer game one time, and there was a ball hit over my right shoulder, and I ran back and Willie Mays styled it, diving, over the shoulder diving catch. It's probably the best defensive play total that I've ever made. Probably behind the plate, we played at a field that felt like it had 2 miles behind the plate, and there was a foul ball hit straight up the chute that was out of play in every field in America except for that one, and I, ran what felt like 100 yards to make a sliding play against the fence. That was probably
there. You go.
It was probably the two that I would put at the top of the list.
Easton Strickland's got a 2-2 count. Pops that one down the right side. Where it went, nobody. There we go. Now we get to see it. Well, that one's going to be in fair territory. It bounces, so Easton Strickland standing at second base as that bounces in front of the right fielder and goes into foul territory. Didn't get a clear view on that one there, but we will, in fact, see Easton Strickland standing at second. Now, not to date myself, but back when I was in high school age, this level of travel ball didn't exist. So in the Midwest, we played Legion ball, right? So Legion ball, you wouldn't travel that far out, but we would go, maybe 30, 40 miles away from our town there in Ohio to go play games. I was playing in right field, ball hit into the right center gap. Center fielder's making a run on it, hits off his glove. I'm right behind him. It goes into my glove as we cut across. Sweet. So yeah, that was my crowning defensive achievement.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Behind the plate too. As a catcher, I don't know how other guys feel about it. If there was a ball hit straight up and anybody else in the whole ballpark could get to it, be my guest.
Is it just so hard because you got the gear, and then you're trying to reevaluate your perspective?
All of them are spinning back.
Yeah.
I told everybody, that I ever played with, like, hey, dude, if there's a ball hit straight up that you want, come get it.
Even the pitcher coming down the hill?
Even the pitcher, come grab it, dude. Like, I'm good. No part of that.
We've got Kingston Eagle at the plate right now, third baseman. Eagle sends that back foul. There's some fantastic names on this Top Gun Black team. I always, approach it, is this an action hero name? Is this, there's some really good entries on this Top Gun Black team that we'll get to, including the guy in the on-deck circle, and I don't want to spoil that one until he steps in. Getting a look at Eagle right now here for Top Gun Black. Hope Christian Academy 2029. He's got a 3-1 count. Make that 3-1 off that miss inside. I like the camera on this field's a little bit tighter than what we're used to on.
It is. It's a little more zoomed
10.
in.
Yeah. This is it's a little bit more major league level.
I'd get with Brandon and the IT team. Hey, can we shrink in field 10 a little bit?
That's right.
Give those guys some more work. That's exactly what they need.
Well, Brandon will check these broadcasts out from time to time, so I'm sure he'll enjoy the name drop. He and Conrad Nelly. If you ever see anybody climbing up around the scoreboards or up on a scissor lift here, they're the ones in action there. Eagle puts that into center field, and that's going to drop down. Strickland's going to make his way around third. He's headed home. Eagle's going to hold at third, and he's got himself an RBI triple, and Top Gun Black is on the board here in the first. Always tough when these guys go, the 14U age group. We talk about this every single time. When they get on these big fields like this, ball gets behind them defensively, and it's just all kinds of trouble.
It is, and it's kind of that age group, obviously the 13s as well. Like, first couple years on the big field, and, some guys just aren't, they don't have that top-level speed that a 16 or 17-year-old guy will have that can cover as much ground. So balls that do end up getting to the fence are almost automatic triples most of the time. So compared to the older age groups, it's probably just a double. But, it's definitely something we see a good bit of.
Colt Prime's at the plate. He drops that down the left side, and that's going to be caught. What a fantastic grab as the shortstop cuts into left field to make the catch. And Colt Prime, by the way, swinging what looks like a popsicle stick, the red, white, and blue. But he's out number 2. 1-0 lead, though, for Top Gun Black, and we'll now get a look at Tristan Scott.
Talking defensive web gems here on the broadcast early. That probably falls into that category. Saved a run.
Sure does. Caden Crabb at shortstop for Memphis Tigers, flashing the leather. Now Tristan Scott, Gadsden City High School, 2029. So many of these guys will be in high school for the first time in the next couple months there, and that's going to miss low, make it 2-0.
First day of high school is always interesting.
Yeah, what would be your advice? So if you could have a pulpit to stand on, a soapbox that we would give you here to tell all these youngsters about their first day of high school, what would be your advice?
Be normal. Be normal. Just simple. My personal, learn the bell system. If you have they still do bell systems in high school.
Yeah.
My first day of high school, I was in class 25 minutes early. Didn't understand the bell system. So I sat in my it was Russian 1. That was the class. I sat in there, me and the teacher.
You took Russian?
I did, yep.
Wow. Can you drop some on us?
Not anything good. That was a long time ago. I got some stuff, but I'm sure there's somebody listening that'll judge it, and I'm just going to.
Okay.
But yeah, so that would be my first suggestion. I sat in there by myself for 25 minutes, didn't understand it, so that was nice and embarrassing, but we figured it out.
And then the teacher was speaking to you in Russian. You're like, I don't understand anything that's going on right now.
She was just like, well, what are you doing in here? And I was like, I thought this was when I came in here, and luckily we figured it out the next day, so that was good.
What made you take Russian?
So at my high school, we offered Spanish and Russian, smaller high school. We just happened to have a lady that was from Ukraine that lived in our town, and she was a teacher, so she taught Russian, and you couldn't get into Spanish as a freshman. And I wanted to do what's called move on when ready. It's like where you take dual enrollment. It's basically dual enrollment.
Okay.
And that was my game plan, like go to high school for 2 years, dual enroll for 2 years. And I needed a foreign language to get a foreign language done. So that was available. And it was like, all right, I'm going to take Russian, not Spanish. So.
Then maybe you're going to become like an operative or something like that. There, Kyle gets him down on strikes. Scott strikes out swinging. We're through 1 inning. Top Gun Black leads 1-0. We'll be back with more from the LakePoint Sports Baseball Village.
The Windscreen Factory, more than just windscreen. We're a full-service sports facility contractor. We manufacture windscreen for sports and construction, do fence repair and installation, and fabricate field netting and batting cages. In addition to manufacturing the products, we also install upon request. We make safety padding for backstops, rails, and walls, as well as full-service print shop with logo, branding, and signage capabilities. Please call us for a quote today.
Hot summer days call for cool adventures in Cartersville Museum City. Beat the heat indoors with jaw-dropping exhibits at Telus Science Museum and the Savoy Automobile Museum. Hit the water at Terminus Wake Park, kayak the Etowah River, or head to Lake Allatoona for fishing, boating, and unbeatable lake days. When the sun sets, head downtown for live music, delicious eats, and local flavors. From family fun to date nights, summer memories start here. Plan your trip today at cartersvillemuseumcity.com.
Welcome back to the 14U National Championship. Memphis Tigers and Top Gun Black. Top Gun leads 1-0 here as we kick off the second inning. Liam Ballasty, the catcher, will lead things off for Memphis Tigers. He'll be followed by second baseman Duncan Hughes and then shortstop Caden Crabb. Saw Crabb make a fantastic grab in left field. I think we may have missed some early action here because we already have a runner at first base. We will now move on to Duncan Hughes because we got Liam Ballasty at first. Easton Strickland's back on the mound for Top Gun Black. Strickland scoring the game's first run off the bat of Kingston Eagle. That one's in play, 83.3 off his bat. Now that, in fact, goes foul. Seen our promos for MLB All-Star Game coming to you very soon here from Truist Park. Saw Ron Acuna Jr. is going to be in the home run derby. Yep. Little surprised because you always hear guys talk about how it messes with their swing. Mm-hmm. And somebody who's just gotten back and been so hot, really kind of surprised that he's jumping into the fray. And he's going to be the starting right fielder as well for the National League.
I mean, good for him, obviously being the hometown guy. And kind of a down year for the Braves overall. I think it's safe to say that.
I thought Ozuna would do it.
Yeah,
I thought he's not going to be an all-star, so I thought maybe he might throw his hat into the ring for the home run derby, but it'll be Acuna.
Yeah, he's been scuffling so much it might help his swing a little bit.
Sure, just need some time off. Hughes pops that up. Second baseman has it for out number 1.
But I think Acuna's kind of missed, the being around the game. He's missed so much time the last few years, and like that's a electric atmosphere.
Oh,
I
sure.
think, so
yeah, we saw him do it 3 years ago.
the MVP year.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, just made it look so easy going Oppo over and over again in that one. So certainly a park that he is all too accustomed to hitting bombs in. Will be a lot of fun to watch. The home run derby is so much fun. Year when I was still a Braves reporter, went up to Cincinnati to watch the home run derby up there for the All-Star game, and that one won by Todd Frazier. But it's just so much fun. These guys just doing absolutely ridiculous things, and there's going to be some major bombs hit in that ballpark here in Atlanta. Just you think about when you walk in to the right field area, and there's that concourse back where H&F Burger and all that. People are going to be standing out there. There's going to be balls hit over the chop house. They're going to be headed that direction. It's going to be awesome.
It's kind of crazy. You see them in game, but like most people don't see batting practice for big league guys.
Yeah.
Very select people get out there in time to do all that. I'll never forget in 2020 when they were still COVID locked down, or not playing because of COVID. We had some guys work out here.
Yep, sure did.
Like Zach Wheeler was here, Matt Olson was here, Cedric Mullins was here, and just watching like
Byron Buxton was here.
And like you just watched like Olson take batting practice.
Yeah.
And I saw Olson play in high school, and like it was cool then, but like when the dude's out here just hitting BP with a wood bat, and it's like he's hitting baseballs that till this day I've never seen balls hit remotely that far. He's dropping balls midway in the parking lot, and I'm like, dude. It's a different sport.
That was something I did take for granted. Being a MLB reporter, was watching batting practice every day. You just kind of got so accustomed to it. But the furthest ball I ever saw in game, Giancarlo Stanton against R.A. Dickey. We talked about that before. Dead center at Truist Park, hitting that little brick building in dead center underneath the little window opening there. Just took a curveball and just absolutely annihilated it. But I'm sure that ball is going to pale in comparison to some of the stuff that we're going to see during All-Star Weekend. And as you saw, still plenty of festivities going on that you can be a part of if you are so inclined. Lots happening in and around Truist Park for All-Star Weekend. Such a tough ticket, too.
Oh, I had one of my college roommate called me probably a month ago. So, hey, you want to go to the home run derby? And I was like, we can, yeah. Like, how much are tickets? They're like $450.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, I don't know that I want to go that bad. I'm good. I don't.
A 3-2 count here. Caden Crabb, he puts that in play. Third baseman has it, throws a second in time. Collision, but he goes down, and that will be out number 2. Oh, they called him safe. Did the ball come out of his glove? We had a collision at second as the shortstop goes tumbling over top of the base runner.
Looks like that ball got by him, ended up in right field. Saw the right fielder throw something in, so I'm assuming that's where it comes from.
It's big Zachary Bird standing at second base, and that's not a guy I think you want to tangle with. 6'5", 215-pounder from Houston High School in Tennessee. Houston High School in Tennessee, but it's Houston when you're talking Georgia.
We were talking, me and somebody were talking about this last week and how we say names wrong here. And we were talking about the difference because we use Hiram High School and Model High School, and people that are not from here, they never get it right. Ever.
Say Modell.
It's Modell, and it's Haram, and it's like, no, that's not it.
Cairo.
Yeah.
We got all kinds of them here in Georgia.
It's like, yeah, that's not how you say it, but Woodlands with an S, that's not right either. But
Waze will get them there no matter how they say it.
Just put the address in.
That's right.
I've switched over to Waze in the last 2 weeks. Excellent. No free ads, but excellent work from Waze.
Gabriel Medina got a 1-2 count now. Did you keep the normal voice, or did you go? Because they have like celebrities and like little things that you can put on there.
I go no voice.
No voice.
Yeah.
It's fun though. Sometimes like you pull up, you can get like Arnold Schwarzenegger giving you directions, and
yeah, I go no voice. Interrupts the podcast.
Yeah, it's like take a turn. 2-2 count.
I've had to start using Waze to get here because I didn't know how to get here from my new house.
Oh,
So,
there you go.
Yeah.
Pretty soon it'll become muscle memory, and you'll just zone out. Next thing you know, you'll be in the parking lot. Gabriel Mendita at the plate, going to be followed by Zachary Adams. The throw back. Did he get Bird? He did not. Gabriel Bird looks like a grown man out there.
Yeah, I don't know that I would. I don't know that I want him sliding into me at second base either.
Starting tight end for the Memphis Tigers. That one is Sky Mendita. Right fielder on the run. He'll hold off, though, as the second baseman catches it for out number 2. So go from Mendita to now Zachary Adams. Excuse me, Zachary Adkins. Zachary Adkins, Lakeland Prep. This is one of my favorite things when things kind of get jumbled on one of the Prep Baseball profile accounts. Zachary Adkins is listed at 1,445 pounds.
He's probably a little bit smaller.
Yeah, a little smaller. He's been cutting weight. He's been on a cut here, and he puts that into. Oh, that's in play on the left side. Zachary Adkins is going to make his way to second base. He's going to have 2 runs. He's going to hold at second. He will, in fact. Memphis Tigers up 2-0. All 1,445 pounds of Zachary Adkins comes through with a 2-run double to give the Memphis Tigers the lead. We'll blame that flub on the coaches that put the profile in.
It's one too many button clicks.
That's right. Zachary Adkins coming through. He's got Memphis Tigers up 2-1 here in the second. We got Jack Brannigan. Oh, the throwback, not in time. Easton Strickland with a pretty slick pickoff move. That one's going foul. After Brannigan, it's the top of the order with Miller Willis. Two-one lead for Memphis Tigers. Well, misses high. Count will be 2-1. Count is 1-2, 2 down. Memphis Tigers have plated 2 runs in this inning to take the lead over Top Gun Black. Strickland glancing back. He's going to run the count full. A little ahead of myself. That actually was 2-2. Our scoreboard was a little faster than I was. Second baseman has it, throws, and that will bring an end to the inning. Memphis Tigers strand 1, but they scored 2. They lead 2-1, as we'll be back shortly from the Baseball Village.
First one I picked up, I just liked it the best. And like I said, I tried a lot of different companies, a lot of different models, and I fell in love with Old Hickory for sure.
MLB All-Star Week is taking over Atlanta. Get in on the action at Capital One All-Star Village, the ultimate baseball experience for fans of all ages. Test your skills at Play Ball Park, Get immersed in MLB culture and interactive games. Stop to meet legends and grab ballpark fights. Plus, special perks for Capital One cardholders. All-Star Fun is around every corner at Capital One All-Star Village, July 12th to the 15th at Cobb Galleria. Get tickets at allstargame.com.
Saw Mark Teixeira in that ad there for the All-Star game.
Braves legend Mark Teixeira.
Got to do an interview with Teixeira. He recently graduated from Georgia Tech, so he went back years later and ended up getting his degree, and he just said it was, he made a promise to his parents, and he was going to follow through.
Wonder what he got it in. He's probably going to use it. Yeah, it's probably.
Pretty sure it was in business.
Yeah. He's probably got some good investment money that he can start wherever
probably,
he wants.
yeah. We got Sam Young at the plate right now. Another inning of Hunter Cowell on the mound for Memphis Tigers. Young will be followed by Mallory Yeck and then Carson Thrasher. There's another good action hero name for you. Haven't seen the Thrashers here in Atlanta for a long time.
I know.
They're trying, though. They're trying to get them back to Forsyth County. We might have the NHL for the third time in the Atlanta area. Goes down on strikes. Quick work from Cowell.
Bring them back. Bring the boys back to Atlanta so I can just not have to pay ESPN Plus to watch the hockey team I like.
Which hockey team is that?
The Toronto Maple Leafs. I really like to torture myself. So
okay.
Them and the Atlanta Hawks, great time of year for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we had a change here in the lineup. Mallory Yeck is actually not batting, and now we get potentially the coolest name in this entire game, Sterling Jack.
That sounds like a Kentucky Derby.
It says, or it's a really, if you were to sit down at a poker table and a guy told you his name was Sterling Jack, just get up and go.
Yeah, it's probably time to go somewhere else.
That guy can play some cards. Anybody named after any kind of metal or a city, and you sit down at a poker table, you're done. That guy knows what he's doing. Oh, nice play defensively on the run there at second base. We're seeing some strong middle infield defense from Memphis Tigers as Duncan Hughes makes that catch for out number 2. Now we get Mallory Yeck. So it looks like we had added Sterling Jack between Young and Yeck. Yeck from Hoover, 2029. Miss makes it 2-0. Not used to this view. You can see your guys coming down the steps there, so you know who's actually working.
Yep, getting their steps in. We got Caleb Stacy there, one of our full-time guys, getting some baseballs down to field 10. It looks like. Maybe he'll step on to field 11 here. A little broadcast time for the guy.
Like it. 3-0 count to from Cowell to Yeck, and he draws a walk. Now we'll get Carson Thrasher. You think the third time will be the charm for hockey in Atlanta?
I hope so. I mean, in Athens they have the Rock Lobsters, which is like a minor league team. They have a good crowd. Granted, it's a college town. Guys are looking to get out, but they drew good crowds. Went to a Gladiators game this year as well.
I think the Gladiators draw pretty well. I think that was part of the rationale for putting it in the northeast section of Metro Atlanta.
It's tough to get. Just if you don't live within the perimeter, it's a real pain to get inside the perimeter to get down to a game.
And obviously, you can equate a lot of it to the fact that the Braves got really good again once they moved to Truist Park. But the end of the Turner Field days, people just weren't going. I mean, it
was not a good area either.
It was tough to get there. It was tough to park. There wasn't a lot of eating options out and around it. And certainly what they're talking about doing in Forsyth County is going to be more of that entertainment district like you have down at the Battery that I think everybody wants to do that going forward. So the Cleveland Browns are trying to get out of Cleveland and create their own little district outside the city limits there. So everybody wants to go that route and have that let's own everything around it. Let's get everybody here, get them to stay here, eat here. Maybe that's the solution. And I think also you could make the argument that 20 years ago, yes, there was a lot of transient people here coming to Atlanta. There's even more now.
Yeah, yeah.
And the fact that so many people are coming from other markets that already had hockey, that I think you have an opportunity here for a different level of fandom. And plus, and who would have thought soccer would have done as well as it did here, you know? I think all of it shows you that.
I mean, the soccer team fills the stadium better than the football team does.
Yeah, I think Atlanta's ready. I think third time's going to be a charm, and
they need to have success early. You know, like you can't roll out a team that goes, you know, finishes last in the division the first 3 years, because then people are going to be like, oh, all right, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I think Vegas, though, showed like you can very quickly put a winner on the ice and people will show up for it. Hit by pitch on a 1-2 count. So Thrasher takes his base, and now we go to Grayson Burdett, the catcher. Yeah, growing up in Ohio, we would go up and watch the Red Wings up in Michigan. That was before the Blue Jackets arrival. Oh, there he is. So we'll get the delivery.
Yep, fumbled one. We'll make sure to critique that when we get off the broadcast.
Yeah, that'll be part of this performance evaluation.
Yeah.
Already scuffed. So Grayson Burdett, Bragg High School in Alabama, catcher with pop times down to 2:15. See what he can get done at the plate now. We've got exit velos north of 82 miles an hour for this right-hander. I do like the Oakland A's kind of feel for these Memphis Tigers uniforms. Kyle glancing back. He's going to miss arm side. I got to load up on Monday, go to Shipyard for a tournament.
There you go.
Yeah, Suns team is going to be playing in South Carolina, so we're going to see what it's like in another venue. I'm going to do some reconnaissance, come back with my own review. I'll just keep blurting out like, they don't do this at LakePoint.
Yeah.
It's not like this at LakePoint.
Well, nice. It'd be nice for somebody else to hear that. It'll be
Yeah,
good.
that's right.
How long are you down there for?
We'll be there till Friday.
Nice.
So we'll see what he and his crew can get done.
Hope you got some good game times. You can go to the beach.
We do. We got two 7:30 games on Tuesday and Wednesday.
PM?
AM. So we'll be done by 10 o'clock with our day and either licking wounds or celebrating. That one goes back foul.
You still make a good brunch menu there.
Sure can.
Starting at 7:30.
Yeah.
Maybe we should start rolling them out at 7:30 this time of year.
Well, that'd be your call, right?
Yeah, it would be. I'm sure everybody would hate that, so disregard me even saying that.
Full count here to Burdett. He's going to draw a 2-out walk. Bases will now be loaded as we are turning things over to the last hitter in the order for Top Gun Black, and that's Asher Turner. Go out here and have a word with Cal. If you did the really early games like that, though, we could start having like donuts here and like a coffee cart and all that kind of stuff, The
extra 30 minutes.
Yeah, it would just completely change the vibe of everything.
Yeah.
But then you get conceivably 30 minutes back on the back end. So instead of things getting over at like 11:30, maybe guys can get home and time to watch the local news or SNL on a Saturday night.
I'm sure we'd still finish at midnight.
Probably,
we'd find a way. I see a lot of hate for 8 a.m. games on X, so I don't want to, I want to ruffle
They say that until they get out of here, and they're like, I have the whole day ahead of me.
I've always said that.
Yeah.
Put me at 8 a.m. Yes, I have to get up early, but I can take a nap when I get home, and
That's
I still
right.
got the rest of the day. Not everybody sees it that way.
Turner puts first pitch in play. Second baseman bobbles it. Here comes a run for Top Gun Black. We're going to be all tied up at 2-2. So Asher Turner coming through with the RBI, and we're back now to the top of the order in Sawyer Coggins. Alexandria High School in Alabama, the leadoff hitter, exit velos around 85.8, got a bat speed north of 70 miles an hour. He's got opportunity to make some more noise here. Watch this Cal miss for ball one. But yeah, never been to Charleston, so looking forward to this trip. I've lived down here for 2 decades and never been to Charleston.
Charleston's a good spot. good city, fun city.
Oh, Coggins ropes that 90.5 off the bat. Left fielder, did he make the grab? He did not. Coggins going to make his way to second base, and the bases are empty in here for Top Gun Black as Coggins is going to slide into third, and he has extended this lead, and this man is fired up. Taking advantage of that miscue in left field, and Sawyer Coggins has extended this Top Gun Black lead.
Jumped all over that fastball there and hit it 91 miles an hour out to left. Left fielder tried to dive and make a run-saving catch. Unfortunately, it got by him. So good piece of hitting and cleared the bases.
Tried to sell out, but it just extends this lead. Now Easton Strickland, the opposing pitcher, is at the plate for the second time. He's 1 for 1 and went around to score on his first trip to the plate. Strickland ropes one, 83.9. That one going to drop down. In fact, does. Another run's going to score for Top Gun Black. Makes it 6-2 here in the second inning as Strickland's now standing at second base. Cameras didn't switch on that one. It was mystified. Oh, we get this double celly though. We get the whole dance. We got it all going on. I saw. So you were not here for our 16U national championship game. We had a guy like he was starting a lawnmower engine as his double celly. I've never seen that one before. It was pretty strong.
That's a good one. We see a lot of good ones these days.
We do.
Teams are getting creative.
Kingston Eagle now up. Miss high from Cal. Strickland's going to take third. I've seen, so in the past 4 days, I've seen two things I've never seen before celebration-wise. That, and then during the Braves game the other day, saw an Angels home run, and we saw the play-action touchdown pass. So he runs past the third base coach, fakes the handoff, goes, third base coach pops it up, extends his arms out like he's catching a touchdown as he goes across the plate.
I love it.
Yeah, it's good stuff. That's some choreograph right there. You got to really work on that. You got to say, next time I homer, this is what we're going to do. You just don't pull that out of your pocket in real time. Strickland's going to score. Another run crosses off a pass ball, makes it 7-2 here in the second. Things getting away from Memphis Tigers here momentarily. It's also got a 3-0 count now to Kingston Eagle. Memphis Tigers just got to regroup. They've now given up 6 runs here in this inning. They entered with a 2-1 advantage. Cal gets that in for a strike, makes it 3-1. He's just had a couple solid hits against him, and things have kind of gone awry. That one is popped up on the run. Can anybody get to that? Tough play. That one's going to get away. The second baseman couldn't make the grab, and now Eagle's going to be standing at second base.
Didn't hit that one overly hard, but
yeah, just in no man's land.
Found some green grass out there in right field.
So from Kingston Eagle to Colt Prime, we've now seen 5 hits for Top Gun Black, and they have 6 runs here in this inning. Prime with that popsicle stick bat in his hands, red, white, and blue. Guy's feeling it on a 4th of July weekend.
Yeah, very fitting. Good bat for the week.
Sure is. Let's say I've never seen that one before.
I haven't either. We see a lot of them here. I've never seen the red, white, and blue.
1-0 count now to Prime. Eagles at second. Misses inside. First time I ever heard about Top Gun Black was from Jackson Stevenson, the Braves pitcher.
There you go.
He's involved in this program, so he was actually telling me, he's like, yeah, I get up to LakePoint. He's like, I got a team up there. That's the first time I heard of Top Gun. 2-0 count, another miss.
He's coming back from Tommy John.
He is, yep.
He's getting some starts in Gwinnett, so hope to see him back in the big league soon.
Draws a walk. So now we're going to have runners at first and second. Catcher loses that momentarily, but gets it back to Cal. And now we'll move on to Tristan Scott with 2 on, 2 down. Been a long inning on the mound for Cal. He's up to 56 pitches now. First pitch roped, 84.3 off his bat. And that one's going all the way to the wall. Here comes 1 run. Here comes 2 runs. It's going to be 9-2 off an RBI double from Tristan Scott. And Top Gun Black absolutely pouring it on here in the second inning. Struggled a little bit with Cal first time through the order, but they are obviously seeing him much better second time around.
Yeah, they're seeing the fastball a little bit better, and looks like that'll be the end of the day.
All right, Hudson Cal's day is going to come to an end. We're going to have a pitching change for Memphis Tigers, and we'll be back to tell you about that more on when we return from LakePoint Sports.
The Windscreen Factory, more than just windscreen. We're a full-service sports facility contractor. We manufacture windscreen for sports and construction, do fence repair and installation, and fabricate field netting and batting cages. In addition to manufacturing the products, we also install upon request. We make safety padding for backstops, rails, and walls, as well as full-service print shop with logo, branding, and signage capabilities. Please call us for a quote today.
I was 12 years old at Cooperstown, and my mom said if I hit a home run in Cooperstown, I could get a phone. And on the final game, I hit a bomb over left field, and I got a new phone.
I've never hit a home run up to that point. It was 14U, really small field. I wasn't hitting anything, and I finally poked one out, barely.
My first home run was 8U at Eastside. I think I was on the worst team in the whole league, and then hit the home run, and we kind of turned the season around.
Our LakePoint Sports photographers deliver at the highest level, taking you inside the action here across campus. We've got game day covered, and now you can not only see your game through our lens, but you can purchase photos as well. Just use the QR code on screen for the latest images. Galleries are uploaded after the completion of tournaments and events. You can also go to lakepointsports.com or any of our social channels for more information. Welcome back, Cory McCartney, Grayson Rosen now with you. Avery Hunt had to go take care of an emergency. We've seen Top Gun Black race off to a 9-2 lead here in the second inning, and Grayson just turned it on, and they did it with 2 outs.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive what we got to see from. So you're down 2-1 with 2 outs in that game, or in that inning, and they're still in this inning, which is even crazier. But down 1 run, you get that clutch the clutch run there with 2 outs, and then it just the doors get blown off with the bases loaded triple, and then they just keep it rolling from there.
We got Arush Nibragandla is now at the plate. Funny story about Arush. I looked at his last name, and I went over to get the lineup, and I said, all right, Arush, how do you say your last name? And he says Nibragandla, and his coach says there's an L, and they had it as Gandia on the profile.
Yeah, that's how
he
I
goes,
had
no,
it.
it's LA. I just haven't said anything to you that it's been wrong. So Arusha, doesn't want to hurt anybody's feelings, and he goes, I don't care how you say it. And I said, no, we're going to do it right. I said, if it's Gondla, then we're going to finish it, and it's going to be Gondla.
Well,
so,
we'll have to wait.
Arush Nibragandla gets a strikeout to bring it into the inning, but Top Gun Black has raced out to a 9-2 lead. We'll be back with more from the 14U National Championship.
You got to find your people, the ones that make you feel all right, the kind you want to stay up with all night.
IHG's Holiday Inn Express, you can take on Miami, Mexico City, or Minneapolis. Fuel up with free hot breakfast, all while earning points for free nights with IHG One Rewards. Guest how you guessed at IHG Hotels and Resorts.
Memphis Tigers are in need of an answer as we move to the third inning, and they trail 9-2 over Top Gun Black in our coverage of the 14U National Championship. This, of course, pool play. Miller Willis, the leadoff hitter, will start things off for the Memphis Tigers in this inning, followed by the pitcher, Hunter Cowell, then the first baseman, Zachary Bird. Cory McCartney, Grayson, Rosen with you. Top Gun Black, 8 runs in the second inning. They have 6 hits in total, and just the extra base hits, I think, were the main factor in that last inning. You get multiple extra base hits in an inning, Grayson, it's going to kill you anyway.
Yeah.
And for Top Gun Black, they just all ended up, much to Memphis Tigers' chagrin, delivering runs.
Yeah, it's happened in both their innings. They've had multiple extra base hits in both the first and the second. Obviously, the second was a lot more than that first inning, but they've been just kind of killing it here. But for Memphis Tigers in this inning, the last time around, you capitalized on some errors, and you got that clutch hit there from Zachary Adkins that got you the 2 runs. Now you're going to be looking for the same thing. Play your game, capitalize on some errors, and just slowly try and break into that lead that Top Gun Black's got.
Top Gun Black had 3 straight batters go triple, double, double. That was Sawyer Coggins, Easton Strickland, Kingston Eagle. Just absolutely were lights out at the plate and able to build and then extend this lead. They entered that inning trailing 2-1, as you mentioned, and just absolutely opened it up. So the pressure now on Memphis Tigers to try to respond. Willis ropes that into the glove of the second baseman, and that will be gloved for out number 1. A little bit of dramatics there. Pulled the first baseman off momentarily, but that is out number 1 as Willis grounds out. Now here comes Hunter Cowell.
Yeah, for Top Gun Black, you're certainly looking for efficiency right now. You don't really want to play around too much with what's going on at the plate, or if you do get base runners, you don't want to play around too much with those base runners. You just kind of want to go out there and get outs when you can and try and get this offense back up and keep putting a drive in it.
First pitch swinging, shortstop has it, throws, and that'll be out number 2.
Covered some serious ground
right
there.
Sawyer Coggins. We've seen some great glove work defensively in this one from both sets of middle infielders. Another entry there by Sawyer Coggins. Now here comes big Zachary Bird.
And big is an understatement. He is a giant in the batter's
He
box,
sure is.
man.
6'5", 215 pounds.
Unbelievable.
We have him with exit velos at 84. I have to feel like that's not real.
Yeah.
Like it has to be into
I think
the
also
90s.
as he gets older, that frame, he'll be able to use that frame a little bit better for power. That's a big swing right there.
Yeah, I mean, certainly there's the case to be made. Some guys grow faster than others, and they just don't have the feel for the frame at that point. But see what Bird can do here. 0-2 count. Skies that foul.
Unfortunately, I don't think either of us are well versed in a 6'5" frame at 14 years old.
No. But it does make you think what Zachary Bird's going to look like in 2 years.
Yeah. Ooh,
he goes down on strikes. Easton Strickland coming to play a quick inning defensively for Top Gun Black, and they lead 9-2 when we come back from LakePoint Sports.
First one I picked up, I just liked it the best. And like I said, I tried a lot of different companies, a lot of different models, and I fell in love with Old Hickory for sure.
MLB All-Star Week is taking over Atlanta. Get in on the action at Capital One All-Star Village, the ultimate baseball experience for fans of all ages. Test your skills at Play Ball Park. Get immersed in MLB culture and interactive games. Stop to meet legends and grab ballpark bites. Plus, special perks for Capital One cardholders. All-Star fun is around every corner at Capital One All-Star Village, July 12th to the 15th at Cobb Galleria. Get tickets at allstargame.com.
Sterling Jack will lead things off for Top Gun Black here in the third inning. That's like an all-time kind of name for me.
Great
name.
It's
pretty fantastic. He'll be followed by Mallory Yeck and then Carson Thrasher, another really good one. These are like they put him into like a name generator.
Yeah.
Top Gun Black come into play with some fantastic names here, and they lead 9-2. Get another full inning of Arush Nibragandla on the mound for Memphis Tigers, West Collierville, Tennessee. Arush got a strikeout to end the second. He gets that in for a strike at 72. Mentioned this to Avery Hunt, but as we put together our notes for these games, we always rely upon what's on the Prep Baseball profiles, as that one is roped right up the middle for a base hit. So Sterling Jack lead things off with a single. A little more complicated with this group because we used to have a round of future games players who would play as 13-year-olds that we would have a beat on for this. We don't have that, and then a lot of these guys don't get to a lot of tournaments in this area. So not to say we're flying blind because we have an idea of who we're watching. It's just we don't have the depth of information that we have on some of the older age groups.
Pretty similar to like when we start off the spring.
Yes.
Some of those 14 guys we just haven't really heard much about just yet, but you can get pretty lucky with some of these teams, and some of those states do a good job giving these guys some opportunities to be seen.
Mallory Yeck is at the plate for Top Gun Black. You got Sterling Jack at first. Nibragandla misses, makes it 2-1.
So it's Nibragandla.
Nibragandla.
Gotcha.
It looks exactly like it. Like it sounds.
I was kind of surprised it was exactly the way it's spelled.
I love that it is. It makes things a little bit easier for us.
A lot easier for us. Let's see if he can reel things back here on the mound in a 3-1 count. Runner advanced to second base now.
It's got a 3-1 count to Yeck and Thrasher in the on-deck circle. 7 hits for Top Gun Black. Draws a walk, so now be runners at first and second. We're sitting at 7-run deficit right now. It's like every time we get into these latter innings, you start eyeing that 8-run differential, which leads to a run rule victory. So we'll see how things play out if Memphis Tigers can put something together. They looked really strong during that second inning in which they got 2 runs, but they had a very quick trip to the plate at the beginning of this inning. Wild pitch bounces off the catcher. Both runners will advance.
It's just something you can't afford to have right now, especially like you mentioned, they're 1 run away from an 8-run deficit, and in that case, that leaves Memphis Tigers with just 2 more chances to come to the plate and try and make something happen.
Yeah, I think what we're seeing play out here, too, is a lot of what we see with some of these younger groups when they get an opportunity to get here on campus. These are huge fields.
Yeah.
You know, we saw a play in left field where the runner ends up trying to sell out to make a catch. That would have been a fantastic grab. The problem, though, is you do that, you don't play it safe, and it gets behind you, and the guy's running for days.
So much behind you.
Yeah, and that's
creeps up.
And these are major league size fields, and for some of these guys, as Avery mentioned as well, they're not used to covering this much ground and having this much to worry about defensively. So I've seen some maneuvering here for Memphis Tigers. Let's see if we get a pitching change as well, or if Nibragandla is going to remain on the mound. He's got runners at second and third with nobody out.
Definitely moving a lot of things around.
Yeah, they are. Maybe they went to go throw somebody in the pen for the next man up. But Carson Thrasher will be at the plate, the extra hitter. And Nibragandla will get back to work.
Just looking for outs in any way you can find them right now. I think that's kind of the plan. Now with runners in scoring position of 1 out, you just don't want to let things get too out of hand, but runs may come, and you're just going to have to deal with that now.
Thrasher from Alexandria High School in Alabama, 5'5", right-hander, steps in. 9 runs on 7 hits for Top Gun Black. Nibragandla misses, going to make the count 2-0. Mentioned this conversation with Avery about the Nathan's hot dog eating contest yesterday. Avery thinks like soft chocolate chip cookies are what he could competitively eat.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm trying to think.
What would you throw your hat into the ring for competitive
really
eating?
Put down.
Pumps that in for a strike.
The chocolate chip cookies are a great take, but I think it's just a little too much
sugar. Yeah.
Yeah, like I think it would be hard to keep going. I mean, I like putting down some wings. I could put down some.
I
some
feel
good
like
numbers on wings.
I feel like I had this conversation with my sons yesterday. I feel like I could do wings. Like I can kill some.
Yeah.
I may not like I can eat a ton.
Yeah.
I burn a lot of calories, but I can eat a ton of food. So I think that's what I would roll with is wings. But as Avery and I mentioned, they can't be any kind of flavor. You would want them plain because that would be the easiest thing to get through.
Course.
You know, even I love lemon pepper wings, but if I were to eat 40 lemon pepper wings, after a while I would be tired of. Then I wouldn't want lemon pepper anymore.
Yeah, that's true. You would never want to eat another lemon pepper wing. The other problem with eating a ton of wings is that it has to be in that like controlled scenario where like you're the person competitively doing it. Because like if you just go out somewhere that does unlimited wings, the service is never fast enough to keep up, and so you end up waiting too long. And
That's
then you
very
can't
true.
keep going, and that's a whole deal. But looks like we're going to have a pitching change.
All right, Nibragondola's day comes to an end. So a second pitching change for Memphis Tigers. We'll have a new arm to break down when we come back from LakePoint Sports.
Hot summer days call for cool adventures in Cartersville, Museum City. Beat the heat indoors with jaw-dropping exhibits at Tellus Science Museum and the Savoy Automobile Museum. Hit the water at Terminus Wake Park, kayak the Etowah River, or head to Lake Allatoona for fishing, boating, and unbeatable lake days. When the sun sets, head downtown for live music, delicious eats, and local flavors. From family fun to date nights, summer memories start here. Plan your trip today at CartersvilleMuseumCity.com.
At IHG's Holiday Inn Express, you can take on Miami, Mexico City, or Minneapolis. Fuel up with free hot breakfast. All while earning points for free nights with IHG One Rewards. Guest how you guessed at IHG Hotels and Resorts.
You gotta find your people, the ones that make you feel alright, the kind you wanna stay up with all night.
First one I picked up, I just liked it the best. And like I said, I tried a lot of different companies, a lot of different models, and I fell in love with Old Hickory for sure.
We are back here at LakePoint Sports. Another run's going to cross. We missed a little bit of the action here for Top Gun Black. They have extended their lead, makes it 10-2 here in the third inning. And just like that, Grayson, we are in dangerous territory for Memphis Tigers with just 2 trips to the plate remaining.
Yeah, it's going to get real tricky from here. I'm not sure what the situation is right now, but I think the coach is talking about
we missed something with Grayson Burdett when he was at the plate.
The first base umpire said that the first baseman came off the bag there on the play at first, so the runner's safe at first base, and I think the coach just had some questions.
All right, we've got Asher Turner now, last hitter in the order for Top Gun Black.
You definitely would like to see something happen here and then turn things over to that top of the order that has just been absolutely outstanding to start this game.
Yeah, been an impressive performance from Top Gun Black. They've also allowed just 1 hit so far with Easton Strickland on the mound, and he is looming if this inning goes far enough. You got Sawyer Coggins in the on-deck circle, and then Easton Strickland in the hole.
Yeah, Coggins 1 for 2 with 3 RBIs and a run. Strickland 2 for 2 with an RBI, 2 runs. Eagle 2 for 2 with an RBI and a run. I mean, those three guys at the top of the order are the ones you do not want to see. And right now with bases loaded, no outs, you're almost destined to.
Comes the 1-2 to Turner. Sends that back foul. Turner, most impressive flow that I've seen in the last few days. Yeah. And it's a natural blonde. Like we've got a lot of, we've seen a lot of blonde this time of the year, especially with the age groups that we've had the last few weeks, because those are high school players and everybody dyes their hair blonde for playoff runs. Turner coming correct though with it, and that's natural. At least I'm
it looks like
it looks like it is.
Yeah. There's a guy with long curly hair. You're not going to keep that kind of curl if you dye it like that.
Oh, Turner hit off the 2-2. Oh, no, it gets away from him. We got a run down. No. Oh, no, we got two guys at third base. Throws it to home, run him down, just tag the runner, and we'll do that, and that'll be the first out.
Okay, well, they get their out that they were hoping to get at first base when the first baseman came off.
Yeah, when you're just, if the two runners behind you have advanced, you're just in, you're in limbo.
But you gotta play it out.
Yeah,
see
you got to
do force an error.
what you can. Yeah.
Well, now Asher Turner with one out, but no double play in order for him, so
he's got a full count. I thought he got hit by that last pitch.
Yeah, it was real close, but he got out of the way.
Oh, and it misses inside, and now Turner's got himself a walk, and the bases will be loaded.
And up brings Sawyer Coggins.
So top of the order, Coggins, as Grayson mentioned, is 1 for 2. He's got 3 RBI. Looking to add to that with the bases loaded.
Yeah, he hit that triple that really just blew the doors in on this second inning.
We failed to mention that Caden Crabb is now on the mound for Memphis Tigers. Crabb started out at shortstop, made a really great play in the first inning. Our camera just went fuzzy on us a little bit here. Let's see if it zeroes back in. Not quite sure how we lost our focus. There it goes. It's trying. Back. Yeah, it's got bifocals these days.
Maybe a bug came by and
maybe
caught some focus.
All right, Crabb with a 2-0 count here to Coggins. Oh, did that hit him on the elbow?
Hit him on the shoulder, I think.
It, in fact, did hit Coggins. He'll head down to first base. Another run will score for Top Gun Black. Makes it 11-2 here in the third.
So now we start talking about the possibility of them scoring, 5, 6 more runs? And then you're going to be looking at only 4 innings of baseball here. So really got to be on the lookout now. And for Memphis Tigers, you are really hoping to get out of this soon.
Yeah, the Tigers started the game off looking pretty strong. And, again, they ended up taking a 2-1 lead after the second inning. But that bottom of that frame, things just kind of started to go sideways on them. The extra base hits came in bunches for Top Gun Black. And it's got us to this point now where they've made their third pitching change. And Memphis Tigers trail by 9 here in the bottom of the third inning.
Yeah, things going to just kind of keep getting tougher as well. And with the scenario you're in right now, facing the top of the order, only 1 out, and just doesn't look good with bases loaded. Big swing and a miss right there. Make it 1-2.
1 down in the inning. 1-2 count here to Strickland. He's 2 for 2. Also allowed just 1 hit so far on the mound. He's putting the whole game on display. Got himself 2 strikeouts, no walks. So got an RBI. Comes a 1-2. Misses, and the count will be even. Pitch. Count will be full now. Again, nowhere to put him, so another run looming for Top Gun Black with a bases loaded full count.
Yeah. Good work so far in this at-bat by Strickland, just to be patient.
That one is in play. Second base has it, throws to the bag for 1 out. A run will score, though. Strickland's got himself another RBI, throws back to third, but the runner is safe as Turner gets back in time.
I just realized we got a 4-man crew.
We do. So they've been running 4-man crews, looks like all day. Memphis Tigers coaches asked me, they said, we get a 4-man crew for this one? And I said, I thought we only did those for the championship games. And he says, there's one out there now. So this guy's getting some extra work in on a holiday weekend, and we have a 4-man crew here for our pool play game and 14U National Championship action.
Well, 2 outs, bringing Kingston Eagle to the plate. Another great name in this lineup.
Yeah, Eagles 2 for 2.
Runner's going to advance to first, to second.
Do you think that's part of the tryout process for Top Gun Athletics? Is like if your name's not like on the, they have like a coolness factor.
Nobody has a boring name.
No,
at all in this lineup.
Yeah, that's got to be part of the application process. They have like a grading scale on name coolness factors, and they're like Sam Smith, you're not getting in.
Exactly.
Sorry, buddy. Not cool enough. It's like in Deadpool when they have like their auditions to be an X-Force, and they're just sitting there at the table, and everybody comes in and does their little spiel, and they ask them what their name is. They're like, 2-1 count here to Kingston Eagle. Miss inside. He tried to frame it.
Close one.
Liam Ballasty behind the plate for Memphis Tigers. Ballasty has been behind the plate for a very long time between these last couple innings.
Yeah, he's probably hoping to get out of that gear sometime soon, but
another walk, another opportunity here for Top Gun Black. 12-2 lead right now, and Colt Prime, I think that's the best.
That's another great one.
I mean, Sterling Jack and Colt Prime.
Yeah.
Jack and Prime. Maybe that's like their buddy cop movie. Jack and
good.
Prime. Prime Jack. Gonna start him off 1-0. Oh, we actually have a new hitter in for Top Gun Black. They're gonna dig a little bit deeper. Now we're gonna get Asher Hollingsworth. Another one. It's like
that's another good one. Yeah.
Hollingsworth, a dribbler. Second base has it, throws, and that will end the inning. But 3 more runs have been scored by Top Gun Black. They lead 12-2 as we march on to the 4th inning, and we'll have that for you when we come back from LakePoint Sports.
The Windscreen Factory, more than just windscreen. We're a full-service sports facility contractor. We manufacture windscreen for sports and construction, do fence repair and installation, and fabricate field netting and batting cages. In addition to manufacturing the products, we also install upon request. We make safety padding for backstops, rails, and walls, as well as full-service print shop with logo, branding, and signage capabilities. Please call us for a quote today.
Welcome back. Cory McCartney, Grayson Rosen with you. A little bit of a technical difficulty. Our action's continuing here. Easton Strickland's back on the mound for Top Gun Black. They lead 12-2 over Memphis Tigers as we move along the 4th inning of our action. And Grayson, time for Memphis Tigers to start mounting a comeback or fight back. They lead trail 12-2. Liam Ballasty, Duncan Hughes, and Caden Crabb will be at the plate, and they got to start to mount some kind of momentum here, or this one could be over in a hurry.
Yeah, it's getting to that point. Down 10 runs now in the 4th inning. You've got this inning. You've hopefully got the next one if Top Gun doesn't jump on you again here in the bottom of the fourth, but you'd certainly like to start cracking into it now.
Ballasty 0 for 1. He fouls that back foul. Fouls that back foul. That's about the only thing you can do. Ballasty, 5'11", 185-pounder, North Forsyth, Georgia, 2029. So one of the rare Georgia kids on this Memphis Tigers squad.
Good breaking ball right there from Strickland to catch the side of the zone.
Yeah, he's been awfully impressive.
Both at the plate and on the mound. He is killing it. Oof.
Gets away from the catcher. Count will be 1-2.
These guys just can't take a compliment.
Well, he's had some long layoffs here.
Definitely.
And Strickland has thrown 51 pitches thus far as we sit in the 5th inning. Ballasty rips that 90.8 off his bat, and that's going to be over top of the center fielder's head. Ballasty's going to make his way to second base, and he will hold there. No, he's on his way to third. Liam Ballasty going to third. The throw is not going to be in time as it's held in center field. Liam Ballasty with a leadoff triple. Talked about Memphis Tigers trying to mount some momentum. That may just be it off the bat of Liam Ballasty.
Yeah, that is exactly what you're looking for right now. Just something to get the guys in the dugout up off the bench, something to get the guys that are about to come up to the plate a little more excited.
Liam Ballasty should be screaming for somebody to have gotten his first or third time on that one, right? Like, put it on the prep baseball profile. All right, now we got Duncan Hughes, Tipton Rosemark Academy. Hughes is 0 for 1. He puts it in play. Shortstop has it, throws in time, and Ballasty, who's been replaced by a courtesy runner, is holding at third.
Sawyer Coggins is so smooth there, shortstop. He has made a couple of throws like that that just look so effortless.
Yeah, Caden Crabb, meanwhile, who's stepping to the plate now, and no slouch himself. So we've seen some great defensive work here from the two shortstops in this game. But Crabb has taken over on the mound for Memphis Tigers. They thus far have used 3 different pitchers. Went from Cowd and Nibragandla to now Crabb.
Good pitch there to open things up.
Runner at third. 1 down. Gets away from the outstretched glove of Strickland. A runner is going to score, though, off the sacrifice ground out. Makes it 12-3 now.
You're going to need everything you can get, so you will certainly take that if you're Memphis Tigers.
Now to be Gabriel Mendita with 2 down. Mendita, Arlington High School in Tennessee. Build on this good vibes here for Memphis Tigers in this inning. We saw a leadoff triple from Liam Ballasty. Caden Crabb scored him off the ground out. Oh, misses outside. That was close.
Real close one right there. This Memphis Tigers team got a lot of tall guys.
They sure do. Comes a 2-0. It's fouled back.
That one's hit well.
Yeah, that one is hit well into center field. It's going to be another hit for Memphis Tigers. They've now had 2 in the inning, and they are in business with Mendita on and Zachary Adams at the plate again.
Yeah, just things are happening. I think that's the best sign that you can find anywhere, is that in almost every inning, except for the third, things have kind of happened for them. And there's still a blueprint there to keep yourselves in this game. Now it's a
quick throw over from
very
Strickland.
Quick throw over. And it looks like he got past
got
him.
away from him. Runner will now be at second base as Mendita steps back to the bag with Adkins at the plate.
But there's clear signs of life here in this offense for Memphis Tigers. It's just it's a lot of runs you're going to have to see if you really want to.
They got a lot of work to do, but they are not giving up, and that is evident as they have a runner at second, have scored once in this inning, and that one is fouled back.
It does look like Strickland's lowering the effort up there on the mound. Just kind of tossing him in at the moment.
It's almost like from the stretch, he's not quite throwing as hard as he does from the windup. There's the 0-1. Ooh, just misses. This count is even here to Adkins. One more batter in the order for Memphis Tigers. That's a strike, makes it 1-2.
See if Strickland's got some strikeout stuff there.
He's got 2 Ks thus far.
Ooh, that's it.
Yep, sure is. Into left field. Got him on the run. That's going to drop down for a base hit. Runner's taken off for home, and the throw is going to go in front of the plate. The throw down to second. They got Adkins at second, but a run did score. So Memphis Tigers have added 2 to make it 12-4 as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. You're watching our coverage of the 14U National Championship from LakePoint Sports.
The Windscreen Factory, more than just windscreen. We're a full-service sports facility contractor. We manufacture windscreen for sports and construction, do fence repair and installation, and fabricate field netting and batting cages. In addition to manufacturing the products, we also install upon request. We make safety padding for backstops, rails, and walls, as well as full-service print shop with logo, branding, and signage capabilities. Please call us for a quote today.
We have our Barnsley Resort Player Spotlight firmly on Easton Strickland, who has been nails at the plate and on the mound thus far for Top Gun Black. 5'10", 135-pounder out of Hope Christian Academy. Got a fastball velo around 81, changeup 67 to 63, and a curveball 92 to 92.2 miles an hour. Rising Stars events he's attended in Birmingham, and thus far he's thrown 4 innings for Top Gun Black, allowed 4 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 strikeouts. Has also gone 2 for 3 at the plate with a pair of RBI for a team that is leading 12-4 as we continue our coverage here of the 14U National Championship. Got a cord in front of me here. We got to adjust. Live adjustment on air here.
I think I'll go ahead and just say this now. On that graphic, I think we had a typo. I don't think I've seen Strickland throw a 92-mile-per-hour curveball today.
That would be pretty crazy. All right, Tristan Scott at the plate. He drops that down for a base hit. Scott's had himself a nice day as well.
Yeah, his second hit of the game. Got himself 2 RBIs with his first one, and now he's going to
2 for 3. Comes Sam Young. Young's 0 for 2. And a few guys in this Top Gun Black lineup so far looking for that first hit. Crab fouls that off. Fouled off the offering from Crab, excuse me. Young will be followed by Sterling Jack and then Malloy Yek. Runner at first in the form of Scott. That's going to miss inside.
Yeah, you'd really like to get those runs back here because now with that 8-run lead, you give Memphis Tigers the opportunity to score 1 run in the top of the 5th and stay alive.
Ooh, it's a dance his way out of the path of that baseball. Count is 2-1.
If you're young here, you just want to be patient.
Oh, that one hits him on the hip. That's what patience gets you. Patience
I
gets
guess
you
so.
nailed on the hip by a pitch. So Scott will trek down to second base, and we'll have him at first and second now. Sterling Jack steps in.
At least patience got him on base.
That's right.
That's what matters.
Well, the word patience should be reserved for a Guns N' Roses song, and that's it. Jack's 1 for 2. Misses inside. He's really trying to live on that edge of the plate. It's just not working so far for Crab.
It's a tough game to play, but I think, you know, when you've seen these guys make incredible contact throughout this game and have that extra base hit potential anytime they put the bat on the ball, you kind of do want to stay away from the barrel a little bit.
Yeah, trying to stop him from extending those arms, and thus far it's not working. I'm seeing a hit by pitch. Now a 2-0 count now to Jack. And that's a strike. Count will be now at 2-1. Tristan Scott standing at second base.
Kind of golf.
Yeah, goes down and gets that. Is that going to drop down? It does. Jack's got his second hit. Gets away from the third baseman, though, as he comes off the bag, and we'll have him at the corner. Bases loaded now as Malloy Yek's going to step in.
Yeah, that was a tricky one there. And
sure was.
Good work by the left fielder to get that ball in quickly. Just that third baseman came off the bag, but that's a really tricky one to play if you're Memphis Tigers. Now we got Malloy Yek coming to the plate.
Yeah,
trying to make something happen.
Yek's walked twice.
Well, if he does so here, he'll bring in a run.
Yek Hoover 2029. This is Crab that dropped that in for a strike. Count will now be even.
At this point, it kind of feels like if he does anything, a run's going to come across the plate. The way this offense is rolling.
Malloy Yek jumps on that one. He drops that down into right field, and a run does in fact score. Yek's got himself an RBI. Bases remain loaded, and Top Gun Black leads 13-4.
Kind of took that one a little easy. That was, I know the catcher wasn't really trying to get that force out there at home, but it was kind of close. The run comes across.
So Carson Thrasher up once again. Thrasher is 0 for 2 with a walk. He's going to keep trying to go to that pitch until it works.
Definitely.
"38 pitches in this relief effort for Crab. Another miss makes it 2-0. 13 runs on 11 hits for Top Gun Black. He's got that in play. Third base has it, throws to home to get one out. Bases will remain loaded, but able to get the lead runner and deny Top Gun another run.
Yeah, great work right there. A double play was going to be a really difficult task there, and you still would have had to surrender a run. So good work getting that ball home and just moving on to the next.
Grayson Burdette is 1 for 1 with a walk. He's scored 2 runs so far.
Looks like they've made another substitution. That's number 10. I believe that's Judson Steen, based off of our roster.
All right, Judson Steen, Southside, Alabama, 2029. Getting in the mix here. The base is loaded and 1 out in the 4th. Ooh, Steen swings through a nasty pitch, gets away from Ballasty.
Couldn't tell if he fouled that one off or not, but I guess not. Just a swing and a miss and a drop by the catcher.
Judson Steen, an opportunity to build on this Top Gun lead. Another miss. Remaining schedules for these two teams. Top Gun Black will play Canes Lakeside tomorrow. Then they've got Sting Elite National on Monday. The 2-1, and that hits him. Another run will score, makes it 14-4. Memphis Tigers, meanwhile, will play Dallas Tigers on Sunday. And on Monday, they'll play the East Coast Titans.
That made it 10.
That made it 10. That's going to be an end to our day. A run rule victory for Top Gun Black, and they just poured it on in the second and third innings to get themselves to this position where we have an end to this one. We'll be back. We have plenty to get into. Our Aspen Hospitality Group Moment That Matters, our Publix Player of the Game, and our game recap when we come back from LakePoint Sports.
Windscreen Factory, more than just windscreen. We're a full-service sports facility contractor. We manufacture windscreen for sports and construction, do fence repair and installation, and fabricate field netting and batting cages. In addition to manufacturing the products, we also install upon request. We make safety padding for backstops, rails, and walls, as well as full-service print shop with logo, branding, and signage capabilities. Please call us for a quote today.
Babe Ruth, Hank Aaron, Rivera, and then Big Papi.
I have to go Acuna, Chris Sale, Mike Trout, Babe Ruth.
David Ortiz, Ted Williams, Chipper Jones, and Mickey Mantle.
Hot summer days call for cool adventures in Cartersville Museum City. Beat the heat indoors with jaw-dropping exhibits at Tellus Science Museum and the Savoy Automobile Museum. Hit the water at Terminus Wake Park, kayak the Etowah River, or head to Lake Allatoona for fishing, boating, and unbeatable lake days. When the sun sets, head downtown for live music, delicious eats, and local flavors. From family fun to date nights, summer memories start here. Plan your trip today at CartersvilleMuseumCity.com.
I was 12 years old at Cooperstown, and my mom said if I hit a home run in Cooperstown, I could get a phone. And on the final game, I hit a bomb over left field, and I got a new phone.
I had never hit a home run up to that point. It was 14U, really small field. I wasn't hitting anything, and I finally poked one out, barely.
My first home run was 8U at Eastside. I think I was on the worst team in the whole league, and then hit the home run, and we kind of turned the season around.
You gotta find your people, the ones that make you feel alright, the kind you wanna stay up with all night.
The Windscreen Factory, more than just windscreen. We're a full-service sports facility contractor. We manufacture windscreen for sports and construction, do fence repair and installation, and fabricate field netting and batting cages. In addition to manufacturing the products, we also install upon request. We make safety padding for backstops, rails, and walls, as well as full-service print shop with logo, branding, and signage capabilities. Please call us for a quote today.
First one I picked up, I just liked it the best. And like I said, I tried a lot of different companies, a lot of different models, and I fell in love with Old Hickory for sure.
At IHG's Holiday Inn Express, you can take on Miami, Mexico City, or Minneapolis. Fuel up with free hot breakfast, all while earning points for free nights with IHG One Rewards. Guest how you guessed at IHG Hotels and Resorts.
You gotta find your people, the ones that make you feel alright, the kind you wanna stay up with all night.
Quick second, we'll get you. Great game. Back to LakePoint Sports, Cory, McCartney, Grayson, Rosen with you. We just saw a 14-4 win for Top Gun Black over Memphis Tigers. 14 runs on 11 hits. They had 5 extra base hits in all. Grayson, 4 players with multiple hits. This was an impressive offensive performance.
Yeah, they just wouldn't stop. And in that second and third inning when they really blew the doors off, it was so impressive to see their ability to get extra base hits on just about anything they could put the bat on. And then, of course, the pitching on the other end, only giving up 4 runs with that comfortable of a lead throughout this game was super impressive by this team.
Well, let's go to that second inning in our Aspen Hospitality Group moment that matters. And that comes off the bat of Sawyer Coggins. 90.5 off the bat, delivers a bases-clearing triple, one of 3 straight extra base hits for Top Gun Black as they scored 8 runs in this inning, and it was just absolutely on after this, Grayson. This offense, again, so impressive in that moment, just really set the tone and was the turning point in a roll-away victory for Top Gun Black.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. And to see all that with 2 outs. I mean, they were down 2-1 in that inning with 2 outs, and they just absolutely rallied, would not be stopped, and finished that inning up 9-2. So it was extremely incredible, and that was kind of the turning point.
We now move to our Publix player of the game, and Easton Strickland goes 3 for 3 with 2 doubles, 2 RBI, 2 runs that he scored. And then he throws 4 strong innings, allowing 4 hits with a pair of strikeouts. Easton Strickland put the entire game on display in this win.
Yeah, he was unbelievable from start to finish, both on the mound and at the plate. 2 extra base hits in those first 2 at bats, both of them getting him, the second one getting him the 2 RBIs. And then, like you mentioned, 4 innings on the mound. He gave up a couple of runs, but it really wasn't that bad considering everything that he had already done at the plate. He was responsible for 4 runs himself. So great work from Easton Strickland in this game.
We always talk about when you've got a gigantic lead, a guy's going to pitch differently. So you can't discredit there Easton Strickland for maybe taking his foot off the gas a little bit, because he's supplied plenty of it in this win for Top Gun Black. They earn a crucial pool play victory. And make sure, by the way, you check out our interview, our Publix Player of the Game interview with Easton Strickland, which will be available on all of our social media channels. By the way, they get a Publix gift card for that. We always find out what their Publix sub order is. So Easton Strickland, you're going to be on the clock to tell us your Publix sub order. Again, a crucial pool play win for Top Gun Black as they roll 14-4 over the Memphis Tigers as we move towards Tuesday's bracket play and Wednesday's championship game. We'll be back for that championship game, a 11:05 broadcast that day, so make sure you join us for free like all of our broadcasts on Facebook, X, and YouTube. Until then, for Grayson, Rosen, Avery Hunt, Jack McCartney, and producer Maddie Bullock, I'm Cory McCartney, and we're signing off from LakePoint Sports.